Harvey Weinstein had no sooner apologized to the 22-year-old woman, who had accused him of groping her, than he seemed ready to do it again. After he apologized, he said, "Listen, come up to my room." An NYPD commander with direct knowledge of the case says. Hombre Badalena excused herself to use the restroom, and she was met by a detective from the Special Victims Unit, which had been using 2 cell phones to record this March 28, 2015, meeting in the bar/restaurant at the Tribeca Grand Hotel in downtown Manhattan. Badalena seemed close to panic. The detective promised her that she would be safely under protective surveillance if she went along with Weinstein's request. Badalena agreed and headed upstairs with Weinstein. The detectives were close behind, ready to move in immediately if Weinstein tried to grope her again, as she alleged he had earlier. He would have been caught in the act. But Badalena suddenly backed away and departed. She got scared, the police commander says. Badalena returned downstairs. Weinstein joined her. The detectives moved in. They took him away for questioning that immediately ceased when he asked for a lawyer, in particular an attorney from the firm whose partners included former Mayor Rudy Giuliani. The detectives were still able to bring the Manhattan District Attorney's Office a case that was considerably stronger than is routinely needed to convict less illustrious gropers in the subway. As Badalena told it, she had met Weinstein at the New York Spring Spectacular at Radio City Music Hall on the previous Thursday, March 26. She said he had invited her to visit him at his office in Tribeca the next day. She had accepted and arrived around 6 p.m. Weinstein's assistant had escorted her into his office and then left the two alone. Their talk took a sudden turn when Weinstein asked Badalena if her breasts were real. She said. He supposedly groped her and stuck his hand under her skirt, and asked for a kiss. Badalena fled, and a surveillance camera reportedly shows her leaving the building 31 minutes after she arrived. She contacted a friend, who took her to the 9th Precinct, the station house nearest the apartment where she had been staying after coming to New York from Italy. She arrived looking very much like a woman who had just been groped. Distraught, upset, the NYPD commander would later say. Since Weinstein's office is in the 1st Precinct, police took her to that station house. She was there interviewed by the Special Victims Unit. The SVU detective spoke to her about making a recorded controlled call, a common strategy in which the victim telephones the suspect with the hope he will incriminate himself. But before they could make that call, Badalena's phone rang. Weinstein was calling. At the detective's urging, Badalena agreed to meet him the next day in the bar/restaurant area at the Tribeca Grand Hotel. He seems to have comped her a ticket to see his Broadway show Finding Neverland in the meantime. The SVU detectives took a position before the appointed hour. She seems to have passed the time waiting for him in the way of a 22-year-old, by taking and posting on Instagram, a photo of a hotel water glass. Having a drink. AKA #water. #water only, she wrote. The detectives were watching and recording as Weinstein sat down with her and spoke of their encounter in his office. He basically apologized for what he did, the NYPD commander reports. Then, the commander says, Weinstein had no sooner uttered the apology than he asked her up to his room. Just to show you how incorrigible the guy is, the NYPD commander says. The very timing of the invitation should have told the district attorney's office that it was dealing with a groper as compulsive as any in the subway. But by several accounts the Manhattan district attorney's office was still feeling the aftershocks of the disastrous Dominique Strauss-Kahn case in 2011. The French politician, then managing director of the International Monetary Fund, was accused of raping a hotel maid. The DA's office moved to prosecute Strauss-Kahn, only to drop the charges after deciding that the witness was not sufficiently credible. Since then, the DA had seemed a knowledgeable observer weary of another high-profile debacle. That worry could have only increased as prosecutors learned that Badalena had accused a wealthy elderly boyfriend in Italy of forcing her into sex when she was just 17. She had also figured in the prosecution of Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi, testifying that she had witnessed one of his bunga-bunga sex parties when she was 19. At the prospect of her now figuring as a victim in the case against a high-profile figure such as Harvey Weinstein, the DA's office seemed to hesitate. The DA's office asked the SVU questions and the SVU answered them, and the DA's office asked more questions that the SVU also answered. They knocked it around about a week, back and forth, the NYPD commander says.